Hey guys, it's Kayleigh. So in today's video, I am going to take you through a makeup tutorial and hair tutorial on how to get this really fun, bright, colorful spring look. So the very first thing that I'm doing to get started with the makeup tutorial is using the Build a Brow in Dark Brown from IT Cosmetics to draw in my brows and a little bit of MAC Painterly Paint Pot as my primer. So I'm using the Modern Renaissance ABH eyeshadow palette today, using Tempera in the very inner corner and all the way to the middle of the eyelid, and then working this light lilac eyeshadow through the crease all the way from the inner to outer corners. As our eyeshadow to add some dimension to the eye, I'm using Cypress Umber from the palette, which is a darker brown with a little bit of purple in it, and just working that in the outer corner and making sure that it's nice and blended. And then right over top, I'm using Venetian Red from the palette. It's this beautiful fuchsia color. It's going to match with the lips. You want to work this from the lash line up into that outer corner area, focusing this mostly though on the outer corner of the eye. You want to stay away from the inner corner, and this is just going to add some nice color to the look. Then I'm using the Ico liquid eyeliner as a way to create a nice cat eye eyeliner effect, going from the inner to outer corners with this and making sure to wing it out pretty far. I'm using Kiss eyelashes in Daisy. These are really nice and fluttery and soft looking, so I thought this went well for this little spring makeup look. Just nothing too dramatic, just nice and soft. And then as for the face, I'm using Paula's Choice Resist Moisture Renewal Oil Booster. This is for very dry skin. I've been liking using this lately first just to give my skin hydration, and then I will go in with my primer. And the one I used today was Smashbox Photo Finish in Light. So as our foundation today, I decided to go in with the Maybelline Dream Cushion Liquid Foundation on the go in 40 True Beige. I love how this shade matches me. I was having trouble finding one that would match me, but this one works perfectly. I love also the way that it looks if you use an oil or oily product first and then you blend it in with the EcoTools blending sponge. So I was really happy with the way that looked, and then I used my tiny EcoTools blending sponge to blend my concealer in, which was the e.l.f. HD Concealer in Light. It was my first time using it. I put it under the eyes, down the bridge of the nose, Cupid's bow, center of the chin, and forehead, just basically the center of my face to add some brightness there. And I set everything with the e.l.f. HD powder. This is in Corrective Yellow. So now that everything is mattified, we can go ahead and go in with a little bit of bronzer. I wanted to use something really light since the eyes and the lips were going to be the main focal point of the look. So I used from the e.l.f. contour palette this lighter brown and worked that through the outer corners of my face, and also contoured my nose with that as well. And I used this blush from MAC. I cannot remember the exact shade name, so I will link that down below, along with all the other products that I used on my face. And I just made sure to blend that out, and so that everything looks nice and flawless with my little EcoTools blending sponge. I love that thing, by the way. So for the highlight, I used Makeup Geek highlighter in Daybreak. It's such a gorgeous, really light pink. I put it along the cheekbones, down the bridge of the nose, and also in the inner corners of my eyes. For the lower lash line, it's really easy, guys. You basically just have to do exactly what you did for the upper lash line. Just use that lilac purple, go through the inner to outer corner with that, blend that through, bring a little bit of Venetian Red through, and then in the outer corners, just use Cypress Umber. Then to finish everything off, I used the Benefit Cosmetics Roller Lash Mascara. I used this to blend my natural lashes into the falsies, so that way there's a nice seamless transition and you basically can't tell that I'm even wearing falsies. And then I also used this on my lower lashes too, because this is a great mascara for that. It makes them nice and long and defined. And then unfortunately, guys, I am so sorry, but my camera decided to die on me. The battery died and I totally didn't realize it, so it didn't record this footage, but I used the Gerard Cosmetics lip pencil in Immortal first, and then I went over that with the Makeup Geek Artist Rouge Cream Lipstick in C208 and the e.l.f. Lip Oil in Red Kiss over that to give a nice glossy effect. Sprayed a little bit of my e.l.f. Illuminating Mist and Set to set my makeup in place. Alright, so on to the hair. This was really the harder part of the two. I'm going to go through it with you guys. It's actually very easy to do if you know how to braid. So I just sectioned out my bangs first on either side so I could have some hair flowing down, and that way it makes it easier when I'm doing this braid here and they don't like get in my way and I don't accidentally bring them up into the braid. So what I'm doing is starting from the middle of the hairline, and I am braiding, doing a Dutch braid all the way down. So to do this, what you want to do is just take 3 sections of hair, and every time you bring one of the end sections under the middle section, you want to just grab a little bit of hair first from that side. So grab a little bit of hair into the section, bring it under the middle, and then repeat on the other side. Grab a little bit of hair and bring it under the middle till you get all the way down, secure it with an elastic, and pin it in the back. Then I'm going to just stay working on this side since I'm already here. And with this section of hair, basically everything that's left on this side, you want to do a fishtail braid. So to do this, you split the hair in half and you take a little bit of an outer section and you bring it into the middle of the other section. So bring a little bit from the outer to the middle, and then the other side bring a little bit from the outer to the middle, and just keep repeating this over and over again until you get to the end, and make sure to secure it with an elastic. Since I did use Luxy hair extensions, mine are in chestnut brown by the way, they are a lot longer than my natural hair, so it did take longer for me to do that braid. But once you get that down, then you can go ahead and start working on that next side of hair, doing the exact same thing. So I'm starting in the middle of that hairline, taking 3 sections of hair, bring one end under the middle and then the next end under the middle, and then as you start going down, keep adding hair to each side before you put it under the middle. And then secure again with an elastic and pin in the back. And then with the remaining hair, I did the fishtail braid. Make sure again to secure that with an elastic once you're finished. And then you can let out your bangs. You can adjust here and there wherever you need to adjust. What I ended up doing was pulling apart that Dutch braid to make sure that it didn't look super small, since I know my fishtail braid was going to look bigger. So I just gently tugged on it on either side and made the plates of the braid bigger. I took my New Me curling wand, this is a little smaller than a 1 inch, and wrapped all of these little pieces around my face away from my face in different sections, so that way they would all like eventually kind of clump together. And as for the fishtail braid, to loosen this, because I know it's kind of hard, it gets really tight as you're doing it. To loosen this, what you want to do is like massage it a little bit, and as you're massaging it, you just pull apart like tiny little hairs. So not big hairs, like big pieces, just tiny little pieces within the braid, and that'll really help you to loosen that up. Once you are finished with that and your 2 braids look the way you want them to look, then you just bring them back over and up, and make sure to tuck in the ends. I liked tucking them into the Dutch braid so that way you can see them, and pin them in place. So again, just bring that side over, up and over onto the other side, and pin that in place. So I really loved the way that this looked, because it kind of looks like there's a bun in the back, even though there's not, just because we had crisscrossed those 2 fishtail braids. I also love how it looks with the different textures, you know, with the fishtail and the Dutch braid. I know I've said this a million times, but I really love the way that it turned out. It's kind of messy, but it's still romantic at the same time, and it matches really well with this bright, colorful makeup look. So that is it for this tutorial, guys. If you liked it, please don't forget to leave a like for me down below. Just hit that thumbs up button. Subscribe to my channel if you haven't already either, and also hit that bell next to subscribe so you don't miss out on any of my videos. Thanks for watching, guys, and I'll see you next time.